Let's humble ourselves for prayer. Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for yet a beautiful day, today, Monday. We want to thank you for the new week. We want to thank you for this new day, oh God. We are so grateful to you. We are so humbled. Lord, we pray that you come to us, you teach us, you be the one to guide us in our learning today. In Jesus' name I've prayed. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Irene. So, Deans, you are most welcome. Dr. Sekizivu and Dr. Mutumba, you are most welcome. And I hope your
Thank you.
staff members will join us. We are going
Thank you.
You're welcome. We are going to start with a brief presentation. And we are looking at the usefulness and application of Mendeley reference tool. It's a guide to help us reference efficiently and how we can guide even our students, starting from undergraduates. What is Mendeley? So Mendeley, some of you may have heard about it earlier, or you may not have heard about it, but it's a free reference management tool that helps researchers to organize, cite, and collaborate. It is used for managing research papers and generating citations automatically. It's available as a desktop and a web application with cloud synchronization. The features, we have reference management. Organize and stores references efficiently. PDF annotation, it highlights and adds notes to the research papers. Citation generator, automatically formats citations in various styles. We shall have a demo on that. Collaboration tools, share references and work with peers. It's in another way, it's a social media platform for researchers where you can collaborate and even where you can be able to get links or communication for funding in the area of research. Cloud storage and syncing, so you can access references from any device within your account. Its benefit, it saves the time in reference and citation management. It simplifies collaboration with shared libraries. It enhances organization of research documents. When we talk about shared libraries, for you as an individual, you are going to generate your own library of your references. So that is a library which you can share with a colleague if you are in the same discipline or area of study. It supports multiple citation styles. You'll have a look at them. It integrates with Microsoft Word, LaTeX, and other writing tools. So LaTeX is it's one of the tools which designs papers which can be published in different templates. Setting up Mendeley. So you download and install Mendeley from www.mendeley.com. So you can create an account for cloud synchronization, very important, and also import references manually or via PDF or from online databases. Install the Mendeley Word plugin for seamless citation insertion. Organizing references. You use folders and tags to categorize references so that your references are not mixed up. For example, if you're working on a paper and it has the introduction, it has the findings, it has the methodology. So all those elements, if they are there in a paper you are writing, then the references, you can be able to organize them in different folders so that they are not mixed up, even to simplify your work of making the in-text citation. You can add, it adds metadata, that is the title, the author, and publication year for better organization. Use the search function to quickly locate documents. So it has a search function where you can easily locate documents or files. Generating citation and bibliographies. Insert the citations directly into Word or LaTeX documents. Choose from various citation styles as per journal or institution requirements. Auto-generate bibliographies with a single click. So that generation of bibliographies manually, that is gone now. You can be able to do this by just a single click. Collaboration. You can create private groups for team projects. You can share references and annotations with the collaborators. You can synchronize updates automatically across all your members. We have what we call the Mendeley Web Importer. It's a browser extension for saving references directly from the website, then first downloading them and then upload them on the Mendeley platform. So it supports academic databases like PubMed, Google Scholar, and the Science Daily. So even some of our databases which we access as the university, like JSTAR, Taylor and Francis, Emerald, they can be supported by this mainly because that component is also there. So you can quickly add metadata and full text PDF when they are available. So Mendeley versus other reference managers, because we have other reference managers, for example, Zotero and EndNote. When it comes to Mendeley,
Recording in progress.
when it comes to Mendeley, sorry about that. When it comes to Mendeley, it's a free version. You can, yes, Zotero is also free. EndNote is limited because you can get a free version and a licensed version. So when you get a free version for EndNote, there are some services you may miss out. When it comes to cloud synchronization, yes, Mendeley you can, and even the rest, yes, you can. Citation styles, it has 7,000 plus, Zotero has 9,000, and then EndNote 6,000 plus. Collaboration, yes, you can collaborate, have collaboration with other peers. Zotero is limited, and then also EndNote, you can collaborate. Challenges. It has limited free cloud storage. So your cloud storage is limited, but it also requires an internet connection for synchronizing. Some advanced features require premium subscription. So there's an option of premium subscription. In conclusion, Mendeley is a powerful tool for researchers, students, and academicians. It simplifies reference management, citation generation, and collaboration. It has a must-have for efficient academic writing and research workflow. So Mendeley was developed by students, and then later it was taken over by the Elsevier publishing company. So Elsevier is the one which is managing Mendeley as a free software. You may know or you may not know, but normally free softwares, after 6 months or 3 months, there is an upgrade. So after doing the installation and there is need for an upgrade, please don't hesitate, accept the upgrade, because when you hesitate not to do so, then you might miss out some of the functionalities in the future. So that's a brief about the Mendeley platform. Now we are going to go to the real business. We shall start with creating an account. So we are going to go to our browser. So we go to our browser and type in the search box mendeley.com. So the moment you type mendeley.com, it's going to take you to a page of this nature where they tell you, I discover. Mendeley brings you, brother, Mendeley discovery. Mendeley brings your research to life so you can make an impact on tomorrow. So when you come here, there are two options. On the top menu, there's where we have create account. That is if it's your first time and you don't have an account. Or you can go down here where we have a red button which reads create a free account. And then you follow the instructions. You type in your email address. Then you click on continue. And then to take you to another page where you need to type in your names and then your password. And then that will mark the creation of the online account. So if I have 3 accounts, so I cannot create another one. So that is the process of creating a Mendeley account. If you already have one, you don't need to create another account. What you are going to do, you sign in. So it will ask any email address you use, it will not reject. So it will require you to put in your password, but if you forgot your password, there is one alternative of forgot password.
Librarian, kindly repeat the steps of opening up Mendeley.
You go to your browser and type there mendeley.com. That's where you start from. And then go to create account. Then follow the prompt instructions. It will first require you to type in your email address to take you to another step. The moment you type in your email address, to take you to another step to continue. Of course, mine, if not accept, I already have an account there, so it takes me straight away to sign in. So as a first-time person, it will take you to another page where you have to type in your given name and your first name, and then later your password, and then you conclude the registration. So for those who have accounts, we just sign in. If you forgot the password, then you can also, there's an option of forgot password. They're telling me I've logged in a wrong one. So after creating an account, you'll be able to view a page of this nature. And then right now, this is your home page. Yes, Mercy, you've raised your hand.
Doctor, I created an account, but now I can't open it.
You have an account.
Should I create another one? Yes, I have an account, but I'm putting all my email addresses and my password, but I cannot access it. It's just telling me correct username and password.
Yes. And then you go to forgot password, which will take you to a page to type in again your email, and they will send you a link to reset the password.
Why is that now forgot? Because I'm on mine is showing me register, then sign in. Those are the only two things I see. How much should I go just register?
Now. You open this in a different way. This is what I mean to you, Master. This is what you are going to do. So if you forgot, for example, if you type in your email right here, and then you click on continue, you click on forgot password. I don't know whether you are able to see this on your platform.
No, it's not there. Actually, I'm still on Medley. Welcome to Medley, where it gives me the email password, stay signed in. Then below there is register and there is sign in. So when I put the emails, it rejects them. Maybe I should just register.
If you already have emails and one of the emails you are going to try the email which you already have an account with, it will not allow you to register as a new person because they already have you in the system as a member or as a client. So if you forgot your password, the simplest way is to go to mendic.com. Then you go to sign in. Type there your email address. Continue, click on continue button. So it's active after inserting your email. Then there is an option of forgot password before you type in the password. That's the page where it will take you. So you click on,
okay, let's try it.
And the moment you click on forgot password, it will take you to another that they reset password. So when you click on reset password, they've already sent a link on your email, and which link expires within 3 minutes. So if you don't work on it in 3 minutes, it means you have to go back and repeat the same process. Then you can be able to reset a new password.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay. Welcome. So let us.
I just wanted to ask one question. I'm sorry about this password because do I use that password? Is my hello?
Doctor, we can hear you, but you're breaking.
Yes. Yeah, I was saying. Sorry that my internet may not be very good, but I was asking because my email has got a password already.
Yes.
So do I use that very password or I'm creating a new password for Mendeley?
You are free to use the password you already have for your email, or you can create another one. It's optional. But what I would advise, if you have so many passwords, it will confuse you. Now, the reason why I struggled to log in, I have about 3 passwords here. So any password I was trying to punch in, it was not working until when I landed one which was working. So it's better to have one password. So I would advise, use the password you have for your email.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I think we can move on now. So we are now at this page after creating an account, and you can see my names are ones which are recognized, even at your page, your names. So the online page, we shall be able to interact with it even on our mobile devices. So we have what we call the library. You remember in my presentation, I talked about the library. But before we go there, you can search for and add articles to your library. Who? Stephanus's library. So if I've not uploaded materials there, definitely I'll get 0 results. I'll get 0 results. So now we are going to go to the library. You click on library. And currently my library is empty. There is nothing. So I've not uploaded anything there. So there is nothing, which is okay. So the next step we are going to take on after creating an online account, we are going to download what we call Mendeley Desktop. Mendeley Desktop. Now, Mendeley Desktop is a software which you'll be able to use to do the in-text citation and referencing when you are offline. The Mendeley account we've created, that is the cloudy account, which I hinted on in the slides, that you can synchronize your works online. So now we are going to open another tab, and then we shall say download Mendeley Desktop. So the moment you click, then you search. My page, the way it looks like, it is confusing for a first person because it has Mendeley Desktop 1.1, 1.19.5 installer, download Mendeley Reference Manager for desktop Linux, download Mendeley Reference Manager, download Mendeley 1.19.8 installer. So what do you do when you reach here? So this is what we are going to do. We are going to download Mendeley Desktop 1.19.8 installer. As I said earlier, Mendeley keeps on upgrading. They have newer versions. So this is the latest version, which we can use on our computers. Now, I want to make this clear. If you are using a computer which is not Windows 10 application, you may not be able to install this Mendeley Desktop because it works with the current applications. Those who are using Apple computers, we can also be able to install Mendeley Desktop. Now, when you come to this Mendeley Desktop 1.19.8 installer, click on it, or you can open it in a new tab. And this is the page. So this is how it will display. And they have different versions. There is Mendeley Desktop for Windows, Mendeley Desktop for Mac OS X. Those are the Apple computers or MacBook laptops. If you are using Ubuntu, now if it's Ubuntu, you need to know the bits of your machine. Are they 32 or 64? That is for those who are using Ubuntu and Linux. Now, for Ubuntu and Linux, the installation is done in commands. If you're unable to read the commands and apply them, then you will have to consult our Digits team to help you do the installation. Secondly, you should have the admin rights of your gadget. You should be the admin. Otherwise, if you're using a different account where you're not an admin, you may not be successful to do the installation. Now, when you are here, you choose an installer or a package for your computer. So I'm using the Windows. So it will start downloading. It depends on the bandwidth. It's not a heavy package. It has only 52 MBs. So the internet is not too slow. In just 1 minute, you should be done with downloading. And then you follow the prompt instructions to do the installation. So 54 MBs point 9. Still done. And we are done. Now, when you are done, you may ask yourself, where do I find it? You go to your downloads. So I'll do this. When I go to my downloads, the Mendeley setup is there. This is my Mendeley setup. So I'll double click on it. And this is what my machine will ask me. Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Yes. So I'll accept. And when I accept, they will bring a wizard setup. Display wizard setup for me to do the installation. Next, I agree with the Mendeley principles. Destination folder, Mendeley desktop under program files. Next. Then I'll do the installation. So I'm not going to install because I already have it here. It will cause confusion with the machine I'm using. So this is the last button you click on, install. So after installation, this is what will happen. This is how your page will look like. This is the Mendeley desktop. Now, when we are here, let's transfer all our online login details, the email and the password from our online account, and come and insert them exactly as they were here. If it's your computer, you can stay signed in if you didn't borrow it. It's not a colleague's machine, it's your personal machine. You can click on stay sign in so that the moment you sign in, you don't need to keep on logging in. Whenever you just need Mendeley, you just click on the app and it will display. So this is how it displays. When you are here, we have what we call Welcome to Mendeley Reference Manager, Citation plugin for Microsoft Word not installed, import documents or library. Now we are going to install the Microsoft Word citation plugin. This works hand in hand with your Microsoft Word file. So we shall click on the button of install now. So it has been installed. We close. We use the close button. When you close, it takes you to another small window which says add and create. Click here to import documents and folders to your library. Create new entries manually. EndNote, XML, bibliotex, or RIS. These are other citation tools. So they are telling you, try Mendeley Web plugin to import documents in just one click. So we shall look at that. Then you click on button next. Storage, local and cloud. The local is where we are now. The cloud is the other account was created online. So they are telling you that your Mendeley library is backed up to Mendeley Cloud every time you sync or synchronize, so you can access it on Mendeley Web Library. So you click on next. The help button will always be here. So we shall not go into the help, but you can always use the help button, then you close. So this is now our Mendeley page. It has 3 panels. The panel on the left, the panel on the right, and the middle panel. Our business starts from the main menu on top, which has files, edit, view, tools, and help. Because of time, we may not look at help, but we are going to look at the first 4. When you go to files, they are telling you can add files, you can add folders, you can watch folders, you can add entry manually, you can import, you can rename documents, you can sign out, you can quit. When you go to edit, as the word edit says, find, cut, the rest are not active because we've not yet uploaded anything. That's why other applications are idle. You go to view. Under view, we have citation, library as citation, library as table, citation styles. So this is what I talked about, that you can be able to navigate a number of citation styles. If you need more, you click on more styles. So a list is here. If there is a style you are interested in and it's not among these styles, you are free to search for it. This searching can only work when you are online. If you are offline, you only be able to access the ones which are already available there. So those are the citation styles. By default, it comes when it has selected APA, and we are currently on the 7th edition. So that is citation. Then we have tools. Install Web Importer, uninstall MS Word plugin. Uninstall because we've already installed the MS Word plugin. So the Web Importer, we shall look at it at the end of the session. Okay. So when we are done with that, before we create our library, we, on the left-hand panel, we have all documents, recently added, recently read, favorites, my publication, create folder. We talked about creating folders in the slide. Jenny's hand is up. Yes, Jen? Jen, you have something to say? Oh.
Yes, doctor. I think I was left a bit behind. My machine is not too fast. I was trying to still download, and I'm at this screen where we have reference manager in green, citation plugin for Microsoft Word, import documents or library, and install now. That is the screen where I'm at. So I was wondering what is.
Click on install.
Install now.
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay. Medley is waiting for Word. You save or discard?
Repeat the statement.
That's what.
Repeat.
It is Medley is waiting for Word or Outlook to stop running. Do you want Medley to forcibly close Word or Outlook? Warning, this will result in the loss of any unsaved changes in the open document.
Now,
I say yes or no.
what you should do,
Yes.
first close all the Microsoft applications, Microsoft Office applications. That's why you can't accomplish the installation. Close the Microsoft Office applications, Word, Outlook, Excel, PowerPoint. If they are open on your gadget, close them. Then you can continue. First close all those files. Because if you command the setup of Mendeley to do so, you might lose some of the information in those files.
Okay, thank you.
Ivan is saying I'm still installing the app for Mendeley. It's an application. You may not be able to use the app. Previously, around 2015, 2017 to maybe 2018, we had the app which could be used on phone. That's why I've not talked about it. It's no longer there. It was disabled. You can only use it on laptops and desktops. So don't try to struggle and look for it on as an app for a mobile device. It will not work. Okay.
Doctor,
Yes, Ivan.
do I have to sign in with a personal email or the institutional email?
You can use your personal email or the institutional email. Any can work.
Thank you so much, Doctor. I'll be there. We can proceed.
So we are at this page, which I'm already sharing, and I've started with the left-hand panel because we have three panels, the middle panel, the left, and the right. So, and when you look at the right, they are telling us no document selected because we've not yet done anything. Our page is still virgin. So when you come here, all documents, there's nothing. Recently added, nothing. Recently read, nothing. My publication, nothing. Create folder. I talked about creating folders because it's very important than putting all the files in one junk or in one basket. So I'll click on create folder. It will read untitled. And then, for example, if I'm working on a research proposal, let me use that. I'll say research proposal. Then I'll click in the middle panel. So the research proposal folder has been created. However, the research proposal has 3 chapters. Each chapter has elements. I don't want to mix references for each element per each chapter. So what I'll do, I'll go back to the left-hand panel, right-hand click, and create a new folder. Sorry. Right-hand click and create new folder. I'll call it chapter 1. I'll go back, do the same, create a new folder, call it chapter 2. Go back and do the same, create chapter 3. So those are 3 chapters. However, each chapter, it has its elements. Why am I doing this? So that when I go online to our resources or any other resources where I've picked them, I'm able to upload them in the right folder. I'll go to chapter 1. It has the known elements. For example, introduction. Okay. Problem statement. Objectives. I may not have picked them. I may have read through other documents. Objectives. Okay. Then I'll go to chapter, for example, chapter 3. I know what is supposed to be there. For example, we have the research design. We have population of the study. We have data collection methods. And many others. Then what happens to chapter 2? Chapter 2 normally has themes, sub-themes, and subsections, depending on the research you are undertaking. So chapter 2, I can do the same and say theme 1, theme 2, theme 3, for if there are only 3 themes. So you can see what we've now come up with. So under chapter 1, we have some elements. Under chapter 3, we have some elements. Under chapter 2, we have themes. However, when I go to, for example, chapter 1 under objectives, I have objective 1, objective 2, objective 3. What I will do, since each objective, it has its reference materials which I read through, I went and did a literature review in different articles. I'll come here to objectives and create a folder within and say objective 1. Go back and say objective 2. Go back and say objective 3. So you can see that within chapter 1, element objective, it has subfolders within it, and there's a drop down. When you go to problem statement, there's no drop down because I've not yet done the breakdown. When I come to data collection methods, it can be the same. I have questionnaire. Questionnaire method. Oh, this is not the right spelling. I can edit. Go back. Interviews. And so on. When you go to chapter 2, which has themes, we can have sub-themes within theme 1. You can say theme 1A, theme 1B. Let me end there. So after doing all this, now our next activity is to upload files here. We already have different sub-theme, sub-folders within the major folders. But all these folders are being controlled under research proposal. And the moment I click on its drop down, you'll see all of them are hidden. So when I click on the drop down again of theme 1, that will be hidden. Chapter 2, that will be hidden. Data collection. Chapter 3, I'll hide it. So now I only have the chapters 1, 2, 3. If I would like to start with chapter 1, it has the introduction, it has objectives and problem statement, but under objectives, I have other sub folders there. So if I have articles for objective 1, I have to click on it so that it's the one which is displayed under the middle panel, like that. My articles, I downloaded them. They are somewhere. They are either on the desktop, still organized in this same manner. If not organized in this same manner, then I will struggle. Then I'll go to files and add files. If they're in folders, I'll just add a folder. Now for this case, I didn't create folders. I'll just add files. I'll go somewhere on the desktop. So I'll look for them.
Repeat the procedure.
I'll add them.
The procedure of how to go back.
So if I have objective 2, the moment if I have articles for objective 2, I'll click on objective 2. And then after clicking on it, it's the one which is displayed. You have to make sure that the folder where you want the files to go it should be the one displayed under the middle panel. So after being displayed, I'll go to Files. As I said earlier, we have different options. Add files, add folder. You can add a full folder of articles if you created that folder on your computer, under documents, under desktop, or under anyway, or under the backup of your machine. Or you can add them manually. We are going to also look at adding manually. So let me first add files. Then my files are on the desktop, but they are not in a folder. So I'll pick them, pick these two, add them. So they've been added. I want you to appreciate that the right-hand panel was empty. Now it has info. It's reflecting on what is already uploaded in the middle panel. So you can see this is an article on basic writing and resisting white innocence. The authors are there, Morley and Burnett, from the Journal of Basic Writing, year 2022, volume 41, issue 1, and it's running from these pages. And the digital object identifier is also there. If you attended our last week's sessions, you remember this digital object identifier. So that information is there. When you come to this other article, still the details are there, but they are saying no title, no title, no title. The reason is the cover page of this article, most likely it was first designed in a photo format. It could be JPEG, it could be TIFF, or any other. So Mendeley finds a challenge to interpret cover pages, especially for such articles, and mostly with the textbooks, online textbooks. What do? Because we can do the edit here. Otherwise, if we leave it like this, this is what is going to be displayed in your reference list. The Chinese language with no title, no title, no title. So what we do, we double click on this item. And the moment you double click on it, you can see the item was downloaded from JSTOR. And we would like to find out the title. The title is CAM Subsidiary Archive Top Ranking Cybersecurity. That is the source. But we want to see the title of this article. So you run through and check. Oh. So that's one. So the title, it is, I can't even copy. So you can't copy it, meaning that you have to come here on the left-hand panel and type it there manually, okay? And it will save automatically. There is no saving button. You just save automatically. So that is what I've done. Now, another thing is missing. The journal. There is no journal. The journal is Computer Security Update. That is the journal, March 2025, volume 26, issue number 3. Runs from page 4 to page 5. So I'll type there the journal. Year of publication, Mendeley picked a wrong year. I'll edit. This is 2025 from what I'm viewing on that paper. And then volume, yes, the right volume. Issue, yes. Pages, they are wrong. Is page 4 to 5. Why has it picked something wrong? It's because the cover page was first designed in a photo format. It could be JPEG, it would be TIFF, or any other. So after that, this has been saved automatically. Okay. Then normally JSTOR doesn't have a dual high, so you shouldn't worry about that. It normally has a special identifier, this one, the URL address, which is special. So after that, I'll close. So when you look at my paper here, which I uploaded, it had the Chinese language and no title, no title. Now it is okay. However, these materials which I've uploaded for these objective 1 and objective 2, they are still on this computer. When I go back to my online account, under my library, there's still nothing. Let's go there and check. There's still nothing. It's still fresh. So what I'll do, I'll go back to my Mendeley account here. We have two options. Under Files, you can click on Synchronize Library, or on the tool menu here, you can click on the icon for Sync. It has two arrows which are in curved. So I'll click on it. And then it is synchronizing now. I'm preparing a backup online that even if I'm not on the computer I'm using currently today, the next day or next month or next year, I can be able still to access my files. Okay, so it is done. I'll go and check the online page. I think you are able to see what we have already there. It has put them under all documents, but the files are there. And then when you look at the online account has two panels only. So the first panel on the left, it calls them collections, not folders. We have a collection of research proposal, and within it you can see we have chapter 2, and under chapter 2, under theme 1, and we have sub-themes, okay? Then when you go to chapter 3, you can see what is happening there. When you go to chapter 2, rather chapter 1, and objective 1, it will display on objective 1. When you click on objective 2, it will display on objective 2. And if I want to look at all of them, I'll just say all references, it will display all of them. So when I go back to my Mendeley desktop, again, still, if I want this to appear in all documents, I'll just click on all documents. So all of them will be displayed there. So that is how you can upload electronic version of your materials. Now, whatever is electronic should be in PDF, not any other format. That's how many can easily be able to interpret. Then after that, we have what we call manual entry. That deals with textbooks, journals, which are in print. So how do you do that? We are going to select objective 3, okay? And now we are going to enter the manually. I hope I'm not too fast because this is more practical. So I'll go to add entry manually. After selecting,
you are fast, especially when it comes to synchronizing. I'm getting communication from members. They are saying, how are we synchronizing it? Let's redo it again last.
we've already synchronized. So what happens with synchronization on desktop? There are two options. There is synchronized library. There is also under the top tools where we have the word sync, and it has an icon with the two curved arrows. So you just click on them, and then Mendeley will synchronize with your online account. So that when you go to the online page which you created earlier, you are able to find their materials. Let's do one example and we see whether it will happen the other side. Right now we have 3 objectives. Let's go back to objectives and add a 4th objective. New folder and call it objective 4. So when we go to the online account first, when you come here, we have only 3 objectives. Okay, so we are going to go back to our main desktop where we've added this 4th objective, and we shall click on the icon for sync. So after synchronizing, when we go back to our online account, you are able to view that we have 4 objectives. So that's how we do the synchronization. So that is clear now. So we said that now we are going to select objective 3 so that it's the one which is being read under the middle panel of Mendeley desktop. And from here, we are going to go to files and add entry manually. This time not add files, not add folders, add entry manually. So when you go to add entry manually, it will display a folder which has types. And they are telling you new document, it has types. What are you going to enter here manually? The list is alphabetical. Is it a bill? Is it a book? Is it a book section? A book section is the same as a book chapter. Is it a case? Is it a computer program? Conference proceeding? Wikipedia article? Film? Generic? A court hearing? A journal article? A magazine article? A newspaper article? A patent? A report? A statute? A television broadcast? A thesis? A web page, or working paper. So working papers and technical papers all fall here. Now, why are these here? Because when it comes to creating the bibliographic information, which we shall use for citation and referencing, these types have different way of how things are done. If it's a book, if you click on a book, the template looks like this. It has title, where you can delete no title, and you type the title, author, year, pages, abstract, tags, keywords, city, edition, editors, publisher, DOI, URL, if the book has an online link, ISBN. But if it's a newspaper, for example, if it's a newspaper article, the template would slightly change. So you'll have to type the title there, the authors, the publication. Okay. The authors, the publication, it's New Vision, there, the pages, you go the tags, the author keywords, city, day. Remember the book had no date, only had the year, day, and month. And then also the URL address if it's an online, and then even the digital objective identifier. Okay. If it is a generic, still the template will slightly change. If it is a patent, the patent, what we call authors is inventors. The year, the page, the country, the institution, the assignee, the issuer, the number. You see, the template keeps on changing depending on which type you've chosen. So you have to be careful here. So if it's a book, I'll select book. And I'll get one sample of a book. So the book in front of me is titled Fundamentals of Nursing. the author, that is the author, the year of publication. Now, when it comes to the year of publication for books, we check for the copyright year. We check for it on the there's what we call the title page and what we call the verso title page. The title page, after opening the cover of the book, that first page where the title is the title page. Normally has even the authors, it has the edition, if the book has an edition, it has the publisher and even the places of publication. But the moment you turn behind that page, that's what we call the verso title page. It has a lot of information there, but you look for the copyright year, unless it's the book, it has no copyright year, but we pick the current copyright year. And the book I'm holding, the copyright year is 2009. Now, when
So if a book has editor, where do you write the editor?
there are no editors here, let's just follow the template as it is.
Okay.
So when you go to the pages, every book starts with the page 1. Now, when you are putting in the pages, the Roman pages are not considered. So we start from page 1, you put a dash, and then you check the last page of the book. And the book I'm holding has 1,041 pages. The abstract is not so important. The tags are not so important when it comes to referencing. The keywords are not so important. Cite is very important. If the book has more than one place of publication, we always pick the first place of publication. This book has New Delhi, Ahmedabad, Bengaluru, Chennai, Hyderabad, St. Louis, Mumbai, and so on. But the first one is New Delhi. Edition. Don't generate edition if it's not there. If it's not there, you leave it. So now this book I'm holding, it is second edition. So, for example, there are certain books which you might find when it has second revised edition, second international student edition. How do you do that? If it is second student revised, that's how you abbreviate, international edition. So, second student revised international edition. That's how you abbreviate the words. You don't write them in full. But now this one I'm holding is just second edition. So I'll leave it like that. And edition, we use capital E, small d with a full stop. Then Irene asked about the editors. If they are editors, that's where you place the editors. If they are not there, please don't generate them. Then you go to the publisher. You type there the name of the publisher as it is in the book. If it has an online address, you put it there. If it doesn't, you leave it. DOI, yeah, it has it, you put it there. If it doesn't, you leave it. ISBN. The ISBN, you can easily get it on the verso title page or at the back of the book in the right-hand corner. Normally, it has dashes. Don't put there dashes. Just write the full number as it is. Some ISBNs have alphabet numbers, especially at the end. Please put it there. So after this, putting in all this information, we save. Remember, we selected objective 3. So that's where this item is going to go for this document. So I'll save. So I'm done with my book. Then when I click on it, I'll be able to see the details which I've entered from the right-hand panel. So if you have a journal article in print, if you have a newspaper article in print, that's how we do this. However, you will not have the option of reading it here online because it's not a soft copy, but that's how it is being done. Now we are going to the second last step. After this, we are going to go to our Microsoft Word file. We are going to do now the business of referencing and citation. So we shall open a Microsoft Word file. I have a fresh page. So I can just type in anything. So for example, if this is my file and I would like to do the intake citation, I've uploaded my files in Mendeley Desktop. I have to put the cursor where I want my citation to happen or to be or to appear. So I'll go to the menu of Microsoft Word and I'll click on References. So the moment you click on References, we have Insert Citation, we have Insert Bibliography, Open Mendeley, Refresh, Undo, Export As. But right now, what we are interested in is to insert the citation. Our Mendeley desktop account should be open, not closed. So I'll click on Insert Citation. It will display this other window, which has my library, go to Mendeley, OK, cancel. And it has a search box. Search by author, by title, or year in my library. So if I'm aware of the author's names, the other side of the files which I uploaded, I can just type in one letter. It will be easier for me. It will display. So if this is what I'm interested in, basic writing and resisting white innocence, I'll click on it. There were more than one author, for example. I'll click on another letter. Rather, there were more than one articles. I'll select it. So after that, I myself am aware that I didn't read all the files as they are, but I concentrated on particular pages in those documents. I'll go to these two documents, Mole and Kaye. I'll start with Mole 2022. I'll put the cursor in Mole, click in Mole. It will display, it has pages. So I'll put the pages, maybe page 90 to page 92. Don't click OK because I have Kaye. I'll click in Kaye 2019. And then I'll come here to the pages and say 102 to 105. Then after that, I'll click OK. And that is my in-text citation. Now I can start generating my reference list from here as I'm still working on the paper. The moment I put the cursor where I want the references to start from, I'll go back to this area where I had insert citation. This time round, I'll click on Insert Bibliography. A single click. And this is what I have. And it's organizing them alphabetically. Because I've already cited Kaye and Mole, those are the only ones which are here. Okay? Then I'll go to the next paragraph. I'll put the cursor there, go back to insert. This time round, I'm not so sure of the name of the author, but the moment I go to Mendeley, I will know. So I'll click on go to Mendeley. I'm not going to search. Then I'll go here and select. Okay. So after selecting this author, Pedrosa Diego, I'll go on the top of the tools where I have site under the icon above the word site, which is in that, and I'll click on that icon above the word site, and the citation is placed there in my text. And when you scroll down to your reference is already updated. Pedrosa Diego is already there. Remember, we had on Rekaye and Mole, and it's organizing them alphabetically. So that's how Mendeley can help you. I'll go to the next paragraph, go back to insert. Still, I don't recall very well. I'll go to Mendeley, and then, okay, it's Adolf. I'll select Adolf, click on site. Now, what happens when you go straight into Mendeley to pick, you will not be able to add the pages. That option will not be there. I want to make that clear. So when I go back down here, Pedrosa will not be repeated because Pedrosa was already cited in paragraph 2. So he will not be repeated in the reference list. So the list will remain like that. I hope now that is clear. So now we are going to go back online. And the last thing we are going to do is to import the web importer. How do we import these files instead of downloading them, then upload them on Mendeley desktop? We can go to some of our databases. I've selected the Taylor and Francis, there's JSTAR. So if we're going to Taylor and Francis and we select only search something on child labor, select only content I have access to. So as it loads, I'll open another tab, and then I'm going to say install Mendeley web importer. So if you are using Chrome, you will select Chrome. It will display automatically on your computer. If you are using Firefox, it will display. If you're using Microsoft Edge, it will display. So I'm using Chrome. I'll say add importer. And it has Mendeley web importer, Chrome web store. So let me first. Sorry. Oh, Mendeley will be important. So I'll click on that page. And this is what will display. Add to Chrome. If you have in Firefox, add to Firefox. If you have Edge, add to Microsoft Edge. So I'll add. and they're asking me, add Mendeley web importer. If I cancel, definitely it will not be added there. I'll say add extension. So we're adding an extension. So the extension has been added. Okay. Now we have to pin it there. We have to go here and click and pin it. So after pinning it there, we are going to go back here. Remember, we searched our results already. And then we shall click on Mendeley web importer icon. Now, what I want to make clear with the the importer, that extension works very well when the bandwidth is very strong. If your internet is slow, you will struggle with it. The other person could have used the other longer route, would have reached earlier than you. So the internet has to be very stable and very fast. That's the only disadvantage with the web importer, that the bandwidth has to be very strong and stable. So get this up here. Not doing the task. Try to refresh the pages. And then this. Oh, the actually need to sign in with my account here. Open. Sign in. Okay. So when it asks for sign in, please you sign in. I don't know why it's not recognizing my account that is already open. So after signing in, oh, maybe it only giving me this from Jason. Let me look for it under Sarah and Francis. Only giving me one item. No, couldn't do one item. Oh, something went wrong with the database. There's no result. Okay. So this is what the web importer does. So because I'd already selected only content I have access to, full access, so it's picking me PDF files. You can see at least 10 have been detected. So I'll go to my library here in Mendeley. My library. My library, I have different folders under research proposal. Where do I want these materials to go? Let me select now, let me go to literature review and select theme 1B. Okay, so that's where I want them to go. Theme 1B. Okay. And then I'll come here and start selecting them. only ones which are having PDF so that I can be able to read them under my desktop, mainly desktop. Still loading. I'm picking on the ones which I can check out PDF. Those which can't, I don't need them. Okay. I think all of them I'm able to. I'll leave the web. Then I'll click on add. Might take some few minutes depending on the strength of your bandwidth. Might be very fast if the internet is very fast. Uploading failed. What could be the problem? So when it fails like this, I'll go to my main desktop and first check. Unfortunately, they are all here. Are you seeing? So you have to first check. Now the ones which are ticked with the green, those are the ones we uploaded using Medi Desktop Direct. The ones we've just uploaded now, they are here. Now, remember, we've inserted them under chapter 2 and theme 1B. So they are here. So this shouldn't scare you. Sometimes it happens depending on the network, but it is supposed to show a tick that and also indicate that they've been uploaded. So when it happens like this, first check your Mendeley and find out. Now they are uploaded, okay? They are online files. But however, when it comes to PDF, so far one file is available, the rest are not yet. So I'll refresh here, my page, the Mendeley page. And then after that, I'll go to my Mendeley desktop and go to chapter 2, theme 1, sub-theme 1B. Nothing is there yet. I have to be online to have access to them here. So what I'll do the same activity of synchronize library or click on the button of sync. So they are being uploaded, but so far it's only one which can display a PDF. And it's the one which I can be able to read from here. So what happened? I can go back online. Now the challenge would have come from the internet. By the time I uploaded them, there was a network problem. So I'll close. So you can see it failed to upload the PDF. It only uploaded the reference. So there could be a problem, and sometimes it's the internet. Now you can also do this using other browsers like Google Scholar. Not only our databases. Please don't use google.com because it has a lot of junk. So you can also use Google Scholar. You can also play the same role. My search was on child labor. That was my area of interest. I can even say in Uganda and be more specific. Whether there is anything published on child labor in Uganda. I have too much. Now I have to be careful here. I have to filter. This is 272,000 results. This is too much. So even Google Scholar has a filtering. You can customize. You can say, I need since 2025. to the rest. So you can see even since 2025, they have 2,580 results. And these, some are being picked from some of the databases which are under Myloft. So where you see the Myloft icon, it's picking them from some of our databases. This is picked from Taylor and Francis. This is picked from Springer Open. So when I'm here, if I need them still, I'll go to Mendeley Importer. If you only need review articles, you can still select review articles. They are the only ones you are looking for. So it has 12 of them, but still it's still indicating theme 1B. Now this time round, let me select, I need them under theme 2. I'll untick this one and select theme 2. So where I can't access a PDF, it will indicate PDF not found. So I don't need anything which doesn't have a PDF. I need PDFs which I can be able to read offline. So there are few, but it is okay. Okay, so then I'll add them. We are going to go under theme 2. They've been added. You see there is a tick. They've added the PDF. They also added the reference for those ones which I've chosen. So I'll go to my Mendeley desktop account, go to my collection here, go to chapter 2, go to theme 2. They are here. I'll go to my Mendeley desktop, object, chapter 2, theme 2. They are not yet here. What I should do is to sync or synchronize. They will appear. And you can see all the 4 have a PDF version. So it is still loading. So when I click on any of them here, I can be able to read it online. This is what I said earlier, that you can be able to save your materials here. Now, the moment you open the file, you can put a note. You want to put a note. Okay. You can highlight text. Okay. And it saves automatically. And then if your site is, you can't see well, you can zoom the site. You can change the colors for highlight. Where I'm using yellow, you may be interested in a different color. So the color, for example, if I choose blue and I go back here to highlight text. So I'll go to the introduction here. This, oh, is it highlighting everything? No. I'll say undo. Okay. Copy. I want to start from here. Oh, no. Could be the problem with my cursor. So now this is what you have to just be careful. This is what I want to be in blue. If I have a different gray, I'll do the same, because you can choose colors depending on how the text will be important to you, and it just saves automatically. So when you synchronize, things will just remain there as they are. If you want to remove the highlight, still you can do the same. So I want to thank you so much. That is the first part of today's session. That is how you can utilize Mendeley. I'll give some minutes for questions, because we are going to look at something different now. Anti-plagiarism, it's different from this. So I want us now, if you have any questions, please feel free to unmute yourself, or you can send a message in the chat. Thank you.
Hello?
Yes,
Hello. This is Jane.
yes, Jane.
Thank you so much for this training. I think this is the second or third time I'm attempting medley. But I think my experience has been that there is always some in-between challenges, especially when we are remotely and everybody is using different gadgets. Sometimes they're also different and the speed of internet. So my request would be, is it possible for us to get some self-help and like notes or guidelines so that people in their own time and space can be able to go through them and see where they are stuck? Because I am sure others may not say, but people could be at different points. The other training I went to also, we had a lot of challenges, the computers and the networks and the speeds at which we were working. So it's just a simple request that if it were possible that we could get some of the self-help guidelines so that people can actually go through it, and probably we can get a line where we can be able to reach up to you and maybe say, this is where I am and how do I move from here? Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for your submission. That will be done. It's a good idea. But also, we can have recap sessions for individuals. If you're an individual and you have a challenge, you've reached a step and you can't move any further, you can request for a recap session. It can be physical. If you are physical, we can always agree whether you are in Kampala, whether you are at main campus, and we agree where to meet, and we do it physically, hands-on, or it can be a virtual session as well. So that one is also possible for those who would like to have recap sessions of the same. Yes, Ivan? Your hand is-
Thank you, Doctor, for this wonderful presentation. Still in the same vein like my colleague, I also ask, I don't know whether this training has been recorded because I reached somewhere and I would not really go further because of intermittent internet challenges. But if this is recorded, I think it can be of help. And then because you are also willing to support us, I, for one, I would like to meet you virtually if I can have your email or if I can share here my email to have that virtual support or a face-to-face. Thank you, Doctor.
All right, thank you, Ivan. It is possible. I'll be sharing my details in the chat before we leave. It is fine. Okay, I want to thank you so much for your submissions and appreciating how useful this platform is. Now we are going to let's give ourselves 5 minutes break, and then we shall look at anti-plagiarism. There's a software which the university has purchased, which we are supposed to use, especially with those who are supervising postgraduate masters and master's students, when they should be able to use that package starting from their assignments, not to wait until when they present their research concept papers. So our target, we are starting with our graduate students, and then later we shall move down to our undergraduates, especially the finalists who are working on their dissertations or final projects. So let's have a 5 minutes break, then we shall resume. Thank you. I think we can continue now. The usefulness and application of anti-plagiarism drill bit tool. This is a tool which has been subscribed to this year by the university. Introduction to plagiarism and academic integrity. So plagiarism is the act of using someone else's work without proper acknowledgement, and academic integrity requires originality in research and writing. Institutions use anti-plagiarism tools to detect and prevent plagiarism. So Drillbit is a leading anti-plagiarism software for educational institutions. An overview. It's a cloud-based software for detecting plagiarism in academic and professional documents. Supports multiple file formats, including PDFs, docs, and the text documents. It uses advanced algorithms to compare text against databases and online sources. It provides detailed disseminated reports with highlighted plagiarized content. What are the key features? There is a deep search. So it scans the academic papers, books, and online sources. Multiple file uploads. So it supports bulk documents for checking. For example, if you have a class of 50 students, you can upload all their files at once, and then it will give you the report, the scenario report for each student. Customizable database. Institutions can add internal research databases. Detailed reports. It will provide a percentage-based similarity analysis. Real-time detection. It is fast and efficient plagiarism analysis. What are its benefits? It ensures originality and academic honesty. It helps students and researchers to improve the writing quality. It assists educators in evaluating research submission. It saves the time by automating plagiarism detection, and then also reduces the risk of academic misconduct and the penalties. How to use it? You log into Drillbit portal with institutional credentials. Upload the documents for plagiarism check. The tool scans and generates assimilated reports. Review the highlighted sections and then you make necessary revision. Generate a final plagiarism-free version for submission. Understanding the simulated report. Overall simulated score, percentage of matched content. Highlighted text section is flagged for potential plagiarism. Source links, references to original sources. Exclusion options, ability to exclude citations and references. So those can be excluded so that the simulated report doesn't include them. Recommendations, suggestions for reducing the similarity. So Drillbit versus other anti-plagiarism softwares. Drillbit, Turnitin, Grammarly. So Drillbit is for purchase, Turnitin is for purchase or subscription. Grammarly has an open source and then also a premium package. So real-time scanning, yes. Customizable databases, yes. You can customize the databases. AI-based detection, yes, it can detect the AI like the others. Then report customization, yes. So it can customize the report. Do you need the report on similarity, plagiarism? Yes, to give you one. Do you need the one on AI only? To give you one. Do you need the one on Grammarly? Yes, it will give you one. Challenges. False positives due to common phrases. So if the phrases are so common, then it might give you a false positive. Limited detection for paraphrased content. So if the work is paraphrased, it may not pick and show you that that is plagiarized. Then requires institutional subscription for full access. So under the university, subscribe. Dependence on internet connectivity for scanning. So if there is no internet, then you may not be in position to utilize it. The best practices of avoiding plagiarism. Proper citation for all sources used. That's why we started with Mendeley. Use paraphrasing techniques effectively. Cross-check work using plagiarism detection tools. Understand the institutional plagiarism policies, and then also seek guidance from the instructors on academic writing. In conclusion, Drillbit is a powerful tool for maintaining academic integrity, helps students and researchers submit plagiarism-free work, and also encourages originality and ethical research practices. So a valuable asset for educational institutions worldwide. So many institutions worldwide are using this Drillbit and plagiarism checkup software. So how does it work? So that could be the question to all of us. How does Drillbit work? When you go to your browser, just type there drillbitplagiarism.com. Now, many of us here, we don't have accounts for Drillbit. Now, this is what is going to happen. I'll be sharing the liaison librarians in your respective faculties, because this session was for Faculty of Education, Sciences and Arts, and then also Business Administration and Management. So the liaison librarians are also attending this session. They will be sharing a customized Excel sheet, which is generated by Drillbit, so that the administrators, you give us the details of the lecturers who are in your respective faculties, so that we can be in position to create for you account. So when the account is created, you receive a link. Now that link, follow it up to finish up the registration process, and you create your own account. So all lecturers are going to be instructors. So when you are at this page of Drillbit, you click on Get Started. So when you click on Get Started, you should be in position to log in your account. Our first login has an instructor, that we can first learn how what the instructor does. The admin account may not be useful right now, because you are not going to register yourselves. So so this is how all of us, our page will look like after activating, after getting the notification email, activate our accounts. So we have a panel here, which has dashboard, classes, folders, repository, settings, support. And I'm in as an instructor. Okay. So when you are here, first of all, you have to create a class. So you come to classes, and then on the right-hand side corner of the page, you create a class. To give it a class name, for example, I can say Business Administration. Let me use a particular course. We have Bachelor of Science in Finance and Accounting, BSAF. So I'll use BSAF, for example, as a class. Description, I'll say undergraduate students. Date of expiry. Now this date of expiry, this semester our students will be starting exams in May, and late May they will go for holidays. So I might need to use this until the end of the semester, maybe up to around 30th April. So I'll create a class. So my BSAF class has been created, but I have an alternative of editing the class. I can still change the date. I can change, maybe it is for postgraduates. The only the course name, which I can't change now. And then I'll be done with creating my class. So I'll click on the class which I've created, and within the class, I can upload my students here. So I can enroll them in. So I'll click on the plus icon. Even me moving the cursor there, it says add students. So I can add multiple students. If I have a big class, I can add a student one by one. The student name, the student email, the student ID number, the department, the section, those are mandatory, and the phone number. Okay, if that is not the case, I'll go and use add multiple students. So when you say add multiple students, it will, Drillbit will give me an Excel sheet where I can upload all the files. So I can come here and download a template. So I can download the template, share it with the class rep of that class, and then I'll have to, the class rep will have to put in the details. Okay. So this is how the template looks like. So that's the template. The student name, the email address, the student ID, the department, the section, and the phone number. So I can share this as an instructor with my class coordinators of the different years. Because my class is BSAF, it has year 1, year 2, year 3. So I'll share with them that. And then after, I'll just browse and upload. So each has a maximum of 100 students. So these are very key. When you come here, student name, you can't reject it. It is key. It's mandatory, email mandatory, student ID mandatory, department mandatory, section mandatory, maximum 100 students. Now, if you have a class which has more than 100 students, it means you should have 2 different templates to upload. So that's how you can be able to add the students. Now we'll go to assignment. So there's an assignment I'm giving my students. I'll go here to create an assignment, still under the plus icon on the right-hand side of the page. So maybe macro economics 1, for example. Select the start date. That is when I want my student to start checking their work. It can be today. Then end date. When should they last submit? When is the deadline? Maybe the deadline is next week on Friday. Okay. Then there are other setups of the assignment. I will click on this button here, assignment settings. I'll come here, allow assignment grading. If you say yes, it will grade, but you'll have to put we have to put, if you say yes, for example, I have to put a mark here that everyone, the maximum mark should be 40, for example. Okay, then I'll go to exclude references. If you say yes, it means that the database, when it is searching for the similarity, the references will not be included. That one is normally done when we are publishing articles in some journals. They'll exclude the references so that your similarity percentage is not too high. Exclude quotes. May say no, let me leave the quotes to be captured. Exclude small sources, no, let me leave them. Save to the repository, no, because I'm using the same assignment. Maybe it's the same assignment which I keep on recycling every semester. So I'll say no, because if I say yes, it means next year students will submit, it will indicate 100% plagiarized because it's the same question, but that is not good. We should always be able to revise the coursework questions we give to students. Allow resubmission. If you say yes, you want students to resubmit more than once. If it is a coursework, it is okay. If it is an exam, it's not okay. You should submit once. So I may say, let them submit maybe 5 times. Why? So that they can be able to keep on rechecking. Otherwise, the moment you submit, you can't check again. Let me make them maybe 4. Allow submission after due date. This is very dangerous unless if you are dealing with maybe PhD students who have a discipline, though sometimes some also don't have a discipline. So it may depend. For undergraduate, it's very dangerous to allow them to submit after the due date. Now, why did you set it? So if they are PhD students or master's students, some classes are disciplined, they may have genuine reasons why they are submitting late, you can allow. And then you say after the due date, maybe 5 days, be allowed. But you have to be careful on this, Mr. Lecturer. So choose of email notification. Do you want students to be notified that they've submitted their work? I may leave it at no. Add questions. If you want to add a question here, you can add a question. Exclude phrases, no. I may say yes, so that the phrases are excluded, but leave it at no. View the similarity percentage and report, no. No, I want to view it, so it's a yes. Daily submission limit. How many do you want them to submit per day? Okay. Remember, you've given them 5 times to resubmit. So how many copies should they submit per day? Maybe 2. You can check in only twice in a day. Then compare against databases. You want to compare their work with student papers? Yes. If you say no, it will not check there. You want to compare their work with journals and publishers? Yes. Those are the journal articles, the ebook databases, the Google Scholar platform? Yes. Compare with internet and web? Yes. Compare with institution repository, because now we have a repository under Drillbit. Whatever we upload there is kept there. So after that, remember we are setting up our coursework 1 for macroeconomics. We already set an end date, but we are giving students an opportunity to resubmit, and we are also saying they can resubmit twice in a day. Then you submit. So this has been created. So the assignment ID, this is the assignment ID. So then your students can be able to submit. Now, if I don't have any student here, for example, if I don't have any student here, then I'll have to enter the students in this assignment. Okay, I'll have either to add them manually Any volunteer who is willing, whom I can add in and then you share? Any paper?
Qualitative and Ivan.
Okay, let me add Ivan. I'm adding in that assignment.
Ivan Mchibi. Timpanga Mchibi.
Your email?
I.Muchibi. Sorry, I Muchibi. Double I with double I.
After K?
Yes.
They made a mistake here. Is it at indeguniversity.ac.uk?
Yes, at ndejouniversity.ac.
So student ID, I may not have one. Let me use that. Department you for in?
Foundations of education.
Section?
Research.
Phone number is not mandatory, but sometimes you may need it in case you want to call a student to make a follow-up. We can leave it now. Then we can leave it create a student. So now, Mr. Mchibi, check your email. You've been sent a message from my account as an instructor, as your lecturer.
I have received it. Greetings. Drill bit plagiarism check student enrollment invitation. Dear Ivan, greetings from Drillbit Softtech. This email is regarding invitation for using Drillbit anti-plagiarism software in your academics. It is recommended to change the password once you log in. It has given me my university email and then the password.
So that I think members you've had, so that is the process. Now, how do we check? I want to demonstrate. How do we check? So if I have an assignment which I want to submit, okay.
Doctor, do I have to log in?
Yes, please, you can log in.
Okay. I go to get started.
Yes, please.
Okay, let me put in my email. The password, I use the default that they have shared with me.
Yes, please.
Okay. I've already logged in, doctor. It has my classes, class name, start date, expiry date, and action.
So can you go to action? What can you do now?
It requires me to submit macroeconomics 1.
So can you try to submit something?
Okay, doctor, let me do that. Upload file by clicking the plus button,
Yes.
plus icon. Okay, it's here. Uh, English.
Yes, you select the language, English.
Browse your file here. Okay. Let me submit something. Um, I've already, you do not have enough credits to upload.
That's what they are telling you.
Yeah, they have told me you do not have enough credits to upload. I don't know what that means.
Is it possible to share your screen? I unshare. Are you using a computer or a phone?
I'm using a computer.
Are you able to share the screen?
I have sent a request for you to allow me to share.
Okay. Let's stop sharing. You can share screen.
It's already shared, Doctor.
Okay.
When I submit here, you're going to watch in the top right corner. It brings that you do not.
Or put your name under guide name. Put your name,
Here under author name,
guide name,
page name,
guide under guide name.
under file name.
After author name, title, guide email, guide name.
Okay, let me do it again. Under page name, guide email,
Guide name.
guide name, I put my name.
Yes.
And then in the guide email,
That's your personal email.
person.
The one we've used, the one we've used to log in.
Okay. Yeah, just still brought the same thing. Document size up to 100 MBs, document length. Is it possible to drop it?
Yes, you can drop.
Let me scroll and drop. Wow. I did go there. Let me browse again and see.
Drag.
Sorry, I drag
Yes, drag and
and I drop.
yes.
It just opens up a new browser. It does not allow dragging and dropping.
I'll have to check with the digits why it's behaving like that. But
Mm.
you can, thank you so much, but you can now stop sharing so that we can conclude the session. Let me
Okay,
do
doctor.
uploading the file here.
Okay.
So I'll go to my folder here, which I created, and then I'll upload a file. So it's displaying the same page as what Ivan has been doing, but I don't know why the one for Ivan has failed to work. Then I'll look for a file to upload. It can be the word processed file, it can be a PDF file. So after uploading, I'll put my name. Oh, Ivan, yours, I was not seeing this option. The option for assignment or article, the type of the document. I think that's the reason why it was not showing that. Then let me leave the guide email and the guide name, then submit. Okay, something wrong.
It's bringing the same thing. You don't have enough credits.
Something.
Maybe, doctor, because we are using accounts which are not subscribed. I don't know.
Now I've added you there. Then my account was also registered as an instructor. I'll find out with the digits why it's misbehaving like that. But normally, members, what should happen after uploading, you should be able to get the similarity report. I tested this last evening and things were okay. So I'm not so sure why it has behaved like this now. I don't have enough credits to upload. Okay. I'm going to sort out this with digits. So when you submit your work, for example, there is something which I submitted during the testing time. So when you come to the submission page, it will give you the Grammarly report, it will give you the AI for, it will give you the similarity report, that is the plagiarism. So when you come here, it's you to select what you want. Do you want a similarity report? Do you want a summary report? Do you want a grammar report? Do you need an AI report? So let's look for the similarity report. Okay. And this is how the report will look like. So it has only two, and it's picking it from one item here of publication. So this is the report it has been able to generate. And then when you go into the file, it keeps on highlighting the areas which need concern. Now, because the references were excluded, that's why you see all the references are not highlighted. Otherwise, they would be highlighted if they were not excluded from the setup of the instructor. So that's how Drillbit can be of help. Then also, these are other files which I tried to. Then also, if the internet is too slow, it might take long to load the file to get you the similarity report. But when the internet is very fast, it's very easy to load the file. So basically, that's how Drillbit works. But we shall have recap sessions in your respective departments, or as an individual, you can contact us and then we can come and still have more sessions so that you get well equipped on how this anti-plagiarism software works. It's not a judge, So don't use it to judge your students that they've copied and pasted the work. You need to take a thorough check. It might show that the similarity is high, but the student paraphrased very well. All the work is in quotes. The citation is there. So for you as a lecturer, you are the one to determine whether the work should be repeated or the students can go home and be awarded the mark. So thank you so much for those who have been patient. The session has been quite long, now 2 hours and a half since we started at 9. But thank you so much for attending, and may God bless you. If you have an urgent question, you may ask it before we close.
Dr. Ivan here.
Yes.
I wish to inquire from you, this drill bit tool, does it work in a similar manner like the LMS? Because I see in the LMS, there is an area for plagiarism checking. Do they do the same work, or the drill bit is better? If the one of the learning management system is not effective, is there any way that this drill bit can be integrated in the LMS? Thank you. I submit.
Thank you so much, Ivan. To answer you, the answer is that Drillbit has been integrated with the LMS. So it's the one which is in LMS. What I've been demonstrating, you can use it outside LMS, especially if you're working on your, but it could be your personal papers, or it could be students, but they've not yet paid to that percentage where they can be allowed to submit using the LMS platform for online learning. So they've not yet been uploaded there or granted rights, and for you don't want to be caught by the deadlines, you can check their work outside the LMS, but this is the one which is has been integrated in LMS a little bit. I hope I've answered you.
By the way, Doctor.
Okay. Jen, your hand is up.
Thank you so much for this presentation. I just wanted to let you know that last week we had another session with you, and I emailed you some things concerning last week's work. So I hope you'll be able to check on it and maybe get back to me. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I got your email notification on that.